I remember watching this volleyball anime called Haiykuu. There's a part in season 4 where the protagonist has snuck into this volleyball camp for invited players that are really good in their region. He wants to go because his teammate got accepted into a different training camp that was more prestigious, and he doesn't want to fall behind. The coach there says he can stay, but he can't practice with them. He can only gather the balls. Every day he's there, he's impatient. And he gets to a point where he's depressed because he isn't getting any better with practice like he wanted. So he's at a point where he feels stuck. He's watching others get better and succeed in the camp while he stays stagnant. I think impatience occurs when we can't accept reality at times. For example, the cashier at the store should be checking you out faster but doesn't. Our reaction is to get frustrated and annoyed at the cashier. But what if instead we thought differently? Why do I automatically think that the cashier should be checking me out faster? What thing in my life has led me to the understanding that the cashier has a certain speed they should go, but are now falling behind on? I think instead if I try to look at it in a different perspective, then maybe it will shed light on some things. One is understanding that you can't do anything about the situation, because you have no control over it. It's the cashier that has the control. But another perspective is that of the cashier. They could be having a bad day. Personally, if I knew that, then I wouldn't want them to just start going crazy fast for me. I'd let them take their time and I would be more patient. So, with understanding I have no control and knowing there are extenuating circumstances that prevent the cashier from going faster, my previous reality that they should be going faster doesn't exist. The only reality that exists is the truth of the situation. But that's the everyday problem. And that's not something I have too much trouble with. It's the personal growth I have issues with. Buddhists talk about living in the moment, and that you can only be truly happy if you are truly present. I think when we have goals in mind, we only expect the end goal to be what makes us happy. Because most times, it's all we occupy our mind with. I know that anytime I think about losing weight and exercising, I can picture myself with the perfect physique. But that's the end goal, and that's only temporary. The process of losing weight and then building muscle is what happens the majority of the time. It's constant. So I'll end up focusing on a small percentage of what actually takes place. To fix this, instead of being impatient about not hitting my goals, I should set myself on a path to achieve a goal and enjoy the process. So if I can accept the reality of being overweight, live in the present, and enjoy the process, then I should have a better chance of reaching my end goal. At least I hope I will. This is why I think perspective is the cure. Going back to Haiykuu, the episodes I'm referring to are episodes 2 and 3 of season 4. After going through his first day, he talks with his coach, and his coach says this. But in his head, he is a spiker, and that's what he wants to do. There are even his past rivals that come to him and know he shouldn't be the ball boy and wonder what he's even doing there. This is a good time to mention the name of the episode, Lost. I think it's fitting because his goal that he had can't be achieved and now he doesn't know what to do with himself. On top of that, he has people around him expecting more from him, and he has a fear that he'll fall behind. So if he can't practice, then what can he do? The next thing he does is something that looks like meditation. He puts his head into these mats in a storage room and then starts to think about his situation. The end result is him realizing his coach's words and decides to put them in action. In the next episode, he tells himself he isn't on the court, so he's not a player. Instead, he starts by just watching the games and some of the players. He learns more as he watches. He then starts to stand behind players that are receiving and mimics their movement to try and understand how to receive the ball. A skill which he doesn't have, by the way. This ultimately leads him into being able to think about the game differently and gain skills that help him win matches in the future. All because he changed his perspective about his role at the camp. This brings me to the title of episode 4, Perspective. I'll end with a line that stuck out to me the most.
今までずっとボールだけを追ってた。でもコートの中には情報がいっぱいだ。
Thank you for watching. I don't often do this, but if you like the video and want to see more, then please like and subscribe. It really helps out with the algorithm. Commenting also really helps out with the algorithm. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments as well. Thanks so much for watching.